Are you as like an independent artist? What are some of the things that you've like learned over the last like 4 or 5 years? Because I feel like when you're independent, sometimes you don't have the luxury of having a building behind you that kind of already knows what not to do and what to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You got to kind of like just keep it moving when you go through growing pains. You got to learn from your mistakes. What are some of the biggest things you've learned so far?
The biggest thing what I did this time that I came home, I try to rationalize my situation. So I tell myself, all right, there's no label behind you no more. We definitely trying to go back to the pen for another 10. So what are we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I put myself through college for a year, and I got myself into a good field where I could generate enough money to become my own label. You feel what I'm saying?
What field was that?
Electrical. I do electrical.
Oh shit!
Yeah, hell yeah. So
you're an electrician?
yes, sir. Hell yeah.
Wow, that's fire.
Yeah. So I put myself through college, like I said, because in my experience before, I felt like other people were dictating the path of my music and how it was going, the direction it was going in, or when I could do this, or
Right.
even at studio time, for that matter. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't feel like begging, dog. Like, and I don't mean begging like in the wrong way. What I mean is like, I didn't want to put myself in a vulnerable position and people be looking at me like, oh, I'm a desperate artist looking for help. You know what I'm saying? So I did my shit independently. I funded my own shit legitimately with money I was doing through my 9 to 5s and long shifts I was pulling. But at the same time, I have such a strong standing reputation in the streets that it wasn't hard for me to like get direct lines to so and so different hoods. You know?
Right.
I've dealt with people from Crips to Bloods to everything on the streets before. So it wasn't hard for me to connect those dots. So I just worked with what I had. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I took advantage of the pros that I did have, and the cons, I just try to evolve them into some that could become an advantage also. You feel what I'm saying?
I feel like most people would not. I feel like having a practical trade to have to fund your dream is like something that most people wouldn't glorify.
Well, I did it the other way before.
And you landed in prison.
Armed robberies, and I did over a decade.
You saw what the downside. Yeah.
Reality was like, yeah, you can be a risk taker, but the risks that we're taking, are long-lasting consequences. And so I didn't, and then you come home to your family, you gotta think like, after a decade, my dad died, my brother-in-law died, my grandma died, my cousin died, like
shit.
The house was empty, you feel me? So I came home to a family in shambles, like women that didn't have no male in the house. There was no uncle that loved the nieces. There was no dad that loved their kids. There was no older brother to look over my sister. You feel what I'm saying? So with that, I put my ego and my pride to the side. You feel what I'm saying? Like I felt like I had a bigger purpose,
That's big, man. Yeah, I think like too, just for anybody watching, like it's okay to figure out a legit way.
I think that it's not okay not to do it legitimately. Because as a business, let's say you're doing real estate, bro, right? And you're buying houses to flip and shit.
Of course.
But you're doing it off of illegitimate money.
One day they're gonna trace the paper trail is gonna come back to you.
Or they're gonna catch you. You feel what I'm saying? You're just gonna get caught at a red light without the right blinker on and it's a wrap. You feel what I'm saying? So the margin of error is fucking small.
Well, yeah, and like you move around, stress the fuck out.
Well, I did, you know what I mean? Like the homie will tell you, like they came for me, they raided all my pads. I had to fucking flee to Colorado with an advance from the label. I ended up burning the label for their advance on that. They never got to recoup off my shit.
Which label? Which label?
Universal and Kosh.
Okay, shit.
So as a business model, it's not a good model to, to go. And I know a lot of people do it, and I know it's glorified in this business, but I don't know, bro. I just can't do it again. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not ready for that trip.
Yeah, nah.
Life's too good.
More people should preach what you're preaching, man.
Hey, shit. A lot of people haven't been through what I've been through. That's why they don't.
That's real.
If they knew better, they would say better. You feel what I'm saying? But they don't.